Welcome to the Green Wasp Removal YouTube channel. In this episode, we continue training the Manchester University Wasp Survey Team as they remove their first German Yellowjacket nest from inside a storage shed located on a farm property here in Northeast Indiana, USA, and they collect the live wasps for Venom immunotherapy, which is also called VIT. We'll show you the entire process from how the team completes a species identification by capturing one of the Yellowjackets and knocking it out temporarily with canned gas so they can obtain a close-up image of it to identify it. We'll show you how they collect the live wasp specimens in and around the nest, including the queen, and then do a field dissection of the nest to expose the brood comb, which gets relocated into captivity, where the pupae in the nest are raised through full metamorphosis into adult wasps and later collected and flash frozen in dry ice to preserve their venom for VIT. So let's take you back to July 28th of 2023 when the Wasp Survey Team first found this nest inside the shed, and we'll take you through the whole process from there.
July 28th, 2023. Here we go. Look at that little beauty. I'll try to get a good shot of that right now.
All right, you got some of them on film?
Yep.
Excellent.
At least got one.
They're probably expanding because as they build it, they put paper around what the comb is doing. So they'll re-eat up the paper, chew it up, tear it off where they don't need it, and start building out where you need it. So they continually do that layer after layer, and as they expand the comb. Back on voiceover here for a moment. This nest had an interesting shape to it. They had built kind of a paper bridge that led up from the wall of the shed structure up into the nest, and they would use that to kind of walk up like a ramp. You never quite know what a Germanica nest is going to look like. It's generally just a round sort of Chinese lantern shape, but the rest of the paper they build to go in and out can be any shape. All right, it's July 31st, 2023. Andrew from the Wasp Survey Team is going to pick up a specimen ID here of a likely Germanica nest. We're going to try to see if this is Germanica or maybe the common Yellowjacket. We're not sure yet. But we're going to freeze the frame here for a moment. If you see inside the red circle, there's a mud dauber nest attached to this old broom. There were several of these inside this shed, and we left them in place because mud dauber nests are quite beneficial to the ecosystem. There's only one solitary wasp that typically starts these nests. Sometimes there'll be a male that guards the nest along with the female that starts it, but they never nest in groups. So we left them in the shed because they collect spiders and they put them inside these mud huts that they make, and that's what their larvae will feed on. They're very docile towards people. It's very rare to be stung by a mud wasp, so it's the sort of thing you want to leave alone if you can and just let it hatch out. Once it hatches out, you'll see holes in the mud of the structure on that nest. And once it has several holes in it, or one or two holes in it, you know it's been hatched out. So you can remove it after that. Hopefully we'll find out shortly. Nest, if the population is not huge yet, so we don't see a whole lot of activity yet, but definitely it is active. As soon as you see one, even if it's on the outside of the nest walking, you can put the glass right up slowly and gently so you don't damage the nest right on the side of it, and then try to scoop it up. That's what we're gonna take it like that. And tuck it around the side. Get pretty clear imagery, make sure it's focusing. It's very interesting.
Oh, there we go. We got one coming out.
Great, okay, cool. So,
oh, come on. Never mind, he went back in.
That's okay. She'll come out. There's going to be a few of these female workers coming in and out a little bit. You clear your footpath here.
Yeah. Shoot, where'd he go?
There you go. There you go, perfect. Now try to get your cap up in there after you kind of get them to get off to the side. That's okay. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't.
Hey.
Is she in there?
There you go.
Great, perfect. Bring it on out. We got it. July 31st, 2023. Andrew's about to get a specimen on this Yellowjacket wasp. Turn it around so we can see her.
Gotcha.
There she is right here. We're not sure what specimen she is yet. It's too hard to tell when she's running around. So we're using a quick computer duster gas to knock her down. Just temporarily. It doesn't kill her. It just knocks her out so we can get some imagery. All right, go ahead, short burst. Another one or two. Probably need a little bit more. Now let it sit for a sec, the gas. Cover it up so the gas won't come out. And we know when she's down.
Just about.
Give her one more if she's still wiggly, because she should be completely out before we
There you
go. Yeah, okay. Pick her up right here, drop her into the cap. Gotta take the gas.
Just make sure.
Yep, so go ahead and undo it and drop her right into the cap so she's contained. Okay, so what we're gonna do is look at the back of her pattern of black marks. And that'll tell us what she is. If you can't see her, just move her a little bit until you can get her where you need to see her. Okay, so come here and take a look at this, guys. Come around this side, those of you who can move. Do you see the arrowhead pattern on the first terga, the first part of the lower abdomen? See that little arrowhead? Are you filming that? Okay, so that is how you know this is a Germanica species. Usually. There are some others that have that, but this is pretty typical of a Germanica. And there's two types of Germanica. What you see with Germanica are some have dots on their back, some just have these crown-shaped black bands. You see what I mean? The crown-shaped black bands, if they don't have any dots with them, that's typically considered the melanic version. And there's also the xanthic version, which are the ones with the dots. And I'll show you that, again, more in detail on some of the documents I'm writing up for your training. But thanks. You can let her go. Take her around toward the entry and just drop her out there somewhere.
Outside.
But you'll see how she's waking up from this. And this is how you do a no-kill species ID. You just knock them down temporarily. It knocks them out, and then they come back. And once they're back, they're good to go. Let's have her come out here. Come here. There she goes. Let me just put her back right here. She'll figure herself out there in a minute.
That's not a bee. That's some good old sucking go. You know, we hope.
You know, there was a forager flying around. Let's see if she comes back.
Yeah, she'll come back. She'll orient on it. As long as you guys don't move around too much, they will be reorienting and then they'll approach.
Somebody coming out?
As soon as they get airborne,
I think I see an antenna.
yeah, as soon as they get airborne, they should go right in. There you go.
Is that a paper wasp?
It could be somebody came out the same hole. That's okay.
Yeah, those are definitely treated inside.
All right, good. We got a paper wasp by accident. That's okay. We'll let that one go later. Is that a Diminua or a Cuscatus? Looks like Cuscatus, maybe? Okay. So stay in one spot, let them reorient around where you are, as opposed to moving around much, and then they'll start coming back in a minute. And we do have one specimen already in the bottle. There you go. All right, so we've got good pressure, it looks like to me. You probably don't need it much higher. We're starting to collect. That's what we're looking for. So give it a few minutes here. We don't want to burn too much battery, but a few minutes to see what we get, and then we'll move inside. Here we are, July 31st, 2023. Manchester Wasp Survey Team removing a Germanica nest. Right now collecting foragers from the inside of a storage shed.
So you want me to just do the same thing? Like
Yep, same thing. Try to see whatever their walk path is up to the nest. There's usually a walk space where they just walk along a path to get to the nest. That's where you want to pick them up and on their way in. Unless there's any on the nest, you can just grab.
Got him. Nice.
Great, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm thinking, this 2x4. This horizontal 2x4. They just swap across that thing.
Andrew, do me a favor. From the end down here, grab it and continue filming. Try to get something a little closer. Thanks. There's buttons on the side up at the top that are turned off, so try to go ahead.
Yep.
Try to keep it at a horizontal orientation if you can. It's easier having that away from you.
There's one climbing around the chute. I'm gonna try to get.
On your left side.
What?
I'm gonna come around your left side.
Try not to move too much because you're around some sharp stuff here. Okay? Let me get the side of your right.
Anything else you want to move, or am I gonna move?
I think you're good now. That's
There's one right at the opening. Move yours back.
And
There's
here?
you. Oh.
I'm going to get a container started out there working that way. I think pretty soon we'll just contain it.
Yeah. There really doesn't seem to be much. Yeah, if we get something big enough, we could just.
There you go.
You have enough reach there to get this contained?
Yeah.
Alright, let me film while you do the containment. What you're going to do is just hold this underneath the nest and very gently go across to cut the top pedicels and go around the side to separate anything around the back that's against the wood. Trying your best not to rip up the paper.
Okay.
It's a very interesting nest. I'd love to get it whole if we can. So here's a couple you can try, whatever works for you. Okay, and here's the top. Once you get it in there, close it right up because there's going to be a queen in there that's going to come bombing out. She'll get upset with you and try to split. And we'll try to suck her up. All right, just watch yourself so you don't get cut on anything. Put it right up against the wood and start to cut
So cutting?
wherever you need to.
Okay.
And suck up whatever's coming out. Make it easier for you.
I'm going to up your pressure just a little bit. Yeah.
Be real gentle. Do your best to keep it as intact as possible.
Oh,
Nice. There you go. Great. Okay, we got it.
Where'd you go?
Take your time and back them up as they come out.
That was fantastic.
Sweet. Yep.
Great. Just stay there till more foragers come in for a minute. Let's take a look at it from there. Keep it right there.
Stay while like possible foragers.
All right, so what we're going to do is separate the paper, and anything that flies out, just try to go ahead and grab it. So as you can see, just like the maculata nest, there's layer after layer of insulated paper. We're going to take those off and put them in there.
Did you say you thought this was Germanica?
Yeah, probably. That's my guess, but we'll have to really take it and look at it. There you go. Get that one. A couple of them. There you go. There's a queen. She just went in. Take a look in there and make sure we got that queen. It looked like she was the large one.
I don't think I see any.
Yep, she's on the bottom. That's the queen right there. You see her? Right there.
Big one.
Oh, okay.
See the big one? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So here you have the difference between the worker and the queen. You see how significantly different that is compared to the maculata? Size-wise?
Yeah.
Between the queen and the worker. There's another one. Get her. They're running for it because they're
Yeah,
smart.
I don't think I got her.
She'll be down here in this other little bit. So we get a nice focused shot
Yeah,
on
there's
the
a couple
larva
under that.
hiding in here.
In the in
I'm
between
getting
the
a
two
good
layers.
view of
good.
all of them.
All right, good. I'd like to see the larva moving a little bit and get as close as you can on them.
There we go.
Good? Okay. So,
Buggers.
they look pretty good.
Oh yeah, that works.
All right, great. So,
Disgustingly perfect.
okay, good. There's another one. Let's get her in there. Okay. So I'm going to trade with Andrew so he can do some of this. So Andrew, what you're going to do is just slowly peel back the layers that are left. There'll be a bunch of them under here.
Okay.
Sometimes they're underneath each layer of the comb.
Okay.
I'll give you that real quick, and then I'll take the other things from you. Okay. So try that and just sort of peel it away, and whatever gets out of there, get it up to the hose for Colleen. And all the paper we'll put in here after you inspect it. Just make sure no wasp actually come in with the paper if you can. Now you guys are going to see the pedicels, which are the stalks which keep the separation between the layers. That's set up, that's called bee space in the bee world. And what that is where the workers go to maintain the larva. And it's also a shelter point for some that are not actively working. They'll sleep in there and relax in there and whatever. Put it sideways so you can catch the pedicel structures.
Look, one of these was white.
Yeah, that's the newest of the pupa. They haven't gotten their full color yet, probably, is my guess. And every now and then you will see like a black and white wasp nest and a black and yellow yellowjacket nest together in the same nest. Because sometimes a parasitic queen will move in, they call that, where they will take over the nest of another species.
A lot of them in there.
Great, go ahead and suck them out. Let me know when you got it.
Oh, that's perfect. Yep, right there.
Get a good couple seconds of that. So just to show you the structure, this is the initial part of the nest that was first made.
There you go.
There's one.
Oh.
They might get away, it's okay. Try to get as many of them as you can. Try not to get much paper in there. Oh, you got anybody left on the outside bottom?
Yeah, there's a couple more.
Okay.
If you could grab that last piece of paper off, that would.
let's
Oh,
get the paper
there's
out.
one that got in the jar.
So we just got in the jar.
No problem with touching it.
There's one on the bottom.
None on the bottom, but there's one in the in between.
Okay, what we'll do now is try to get them out from in between the two layers of comb.
There we go.
Some of them will get sucked up by the air, so just leave it by the nest while the foragers come in to try to land. There she goes, there's one. Let the other one land right on the nest here in a minute. Just sort of keep it in your hand there for a second in one spot and let them come around, orient on it.
Is that a live one, or is it?
It's probably a
Is there one like emerging?
There could be one coming out of pupation.
This looks like it's butt face up in the cell.
Oh, here we go.
A lot of times the new ones will come out and then they'll go right back in and you'll only see their butt coming out of the cell. So they're doing that to just find a cooler spot or a shelter spot. Here's the Wasp Survey Team on July 31st, 2023. We have now in the container mostly Germanica workers. It was a small nest. There weren't too many foragers out, but we also captured a Fuscatus, which we have the nest for. We're also going to relocate that one. So in the meantime, we found a defunct nest, and here's the active nest with the paper removed. So good job, guys. Well done. All done. July 31st, 2023. Here's a small Vespula Germanica nest, a queen in the initial round of foragers. I've chilled them a little bit to calm them down and get them put into the baggie. And now we're going to deep freeze them. July 31st, 2023. This is the Vespula Germanica nest we took out of the shed on a farm property, one of our community participants. And we removed the paper in the field with the team. And this is a look at some of the pupating wasps that have already chewed their way out of their pupation cells and have now been born on the nest here in the relocation. So what we're going to try to do is add these as they pupate out to the VIT collection that we've already obtained from the rest of the foragers in the nest. August 4th, 2023. This is the Vespula Germanica nest that we relocated for the purpose of allowing the pupa to come out of pupation. And they're doing fine. They're still quite active. There's about 15, 20 of them now born in captivity. And these are good for research subjects, specimens, or for VIT. And this is why we collect these nests and we put them in an environment where pupation can still occur. We give them enough food and water to survive, and they're quite viable and very healthy. Here we have some Vespula Germanica that are pupating out. We've got about 20 of them probably that have come out of pupation now. They're all sitting on the nest. So we're going to try to take those today for VIT. So we're going to try to contain them maybe with a hole or a hose. There we go. Pressure might be a little much. These things are pretty teeny, so the lower pressure is always best, just so we don't damage them before they're frozen. All we have for today. I'll make sure they're not hiding underneath either of the nests where they often will be. All right, so we've got them contained. Now we're going to put them in the dry ice. And the rest of the pupating wasps in the habitat will be given time to pupate out. Just tape over the hole we made. The rest of these can pupate out over time, and we'll harvest them again later. So here we have the Germanica collected in the container. So we're going to go ahead and freeze them. So we do a humane process of flash freezing the specimens in dry ice. That's frozen CO2. It knocks them out immediately. To be useful for venom immunotherapy, the venom has to be frozen immediately so it doesn't degrade or denature. That's it for today's episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for riding along with us. We'll see you soon for more adventures with the Manchester University Wasp Survey Team. They're doing a really good job, and they'll be back to take on more bald-faced hornets, yellow jackets, and more. We'll see you on the next episode. Have a good one.